Right. In the last session, we discussed about what is entity relationship diagram and what is SQL, right? And what are the sub languages that we are having, and what are the commands of each sub language? What is MySQL and what is MySQL workbench? How to install MySQL? What are the steps that we have to follow to install the MySQL, right? And what is normalization? What are the normal forms that we are having? What are the steps that we have to follow to make that data into a normalized data? So if you observe, these are the SQL commands. SQL, that is structured query language. Under that, we are having, these are all the sub languages and their commands. All right. Now we are going to discuss about this. What is DDL and what are the commands that we are having? How to work with these commands? Yes. Now we are going to discuss about what is a data definition language. That is DDL. Data definition language is used to define the databases, define the database objects. Objects means such as, not only for creating a table, okay, it is used to define the database objects such as tables, views, procedures, etc. Right? These DDL commands will work on the structure of the table. Means on the structure it will work, not not work on the data within the table. DDL commands will work on a structure of the table, but not work on data within the table. Within the table. Now let us observe what are the commands that we are having in this language. Okay, this DDL language contains the commands, the following commands. That first one is a create, next alter, rename, truncate, drop. These are the commands that we are having in this DDL. Now let us discuss one by one what is a create. What is a create? These commands, okay, the create command is used to create a new object within the database. It is used to create a new object within the database. What is the syntax for this? Means if you observe the syntax for creating a database, I'm writing a syntax. Syntax 1 I'm taking. First we have to write a command create database. In this we have to write the database name. We have to write the database name and then end with a semicolon. After creating a database, okay, just observe the example. How to create database. For example, now I want to create a database, a travels database. Okay, name of the database is travels. If you want to use it, okay, then we have to use a command like this. Use the database name, that is travels. Then only it is going to active the database. Otherwise, why? Because in the we are having so many databases, right? Without use, it will not select the database. First, you have to use it, and then it is going to select the database. On that database, we are going to work. Say already in the last session that we discussed how to install the MySQL. Okay, now let us open that MySQL command line prompt. If you install MySQL Workbench, okay, we can work on MySQL Workbench. First, let us observe how to work with the command line prompt. Okay, MySQL command line prompt. Later, we will discuss about MySQL Workbench. Just go to Start All Programs and then select the MySQL. Otherwise, go to Search and then click it. Now I'm opening this MySQL command line prompt. Right, this is the MySQL command line prompt. See, it is asking enter password. At the time of installation, okay, we created the password for the root. Just enter those password. Here, I created the password is DATAhill. I'm entering the password DATAHILLS. DATAhill. Right? Once open it and then enter data. It is small case DATAhill. Now, okay, it is right. If the screen is like this, your password is matched. Otherwise, if password is not matched, then it will be closed. Now, first of all, okay, if you want to check what are the databases that are available in our system means, okay, just show databases. What is the command? Show databases. BASES semicolon. Okay, if you give a query like this, show databases, whatever the databases that it contains, it will appear. Observe here, these are all the databases that we are having: information schema, MySQL, performance schema, Shekila, system world. These are the different databases that we are having. But at the time after installation, okay, we are not created any databases. These all databases are inbuilt databases by system. At the time of installation, with some sample databases it will install. With sample databases it will install. All right. If you want to create any database, what we already discussed, this is the syntax. Okay, this is the example. See the now I'm going to create one of the database. The database name is travels. How to create it? Create database and then database name travels. That's now what is the uh, line here? Query okay, one row affected. Means whatever the query that we return, that is executed successfully without an errors. Okay, now the database is created. If you want to check the database, okay, is created or not, okay, just just go to show databases and then enter. No need to write again. Okay, reuse the queries what we written in the previous okay, by using arrows, up arrow and down arrow. Show databases. Now if you observe here, okay, one database is created, that is travels. Previously it is not there. Okay, after creating, one database is created in our system with name travels. Like this we have to create the databases. If you want to use the database, okay, if you make the into active, then we have to write a query like this: use, what is the database name? Travels. Use travels. Now the database is changed. Present, what is the database that we are having? That is travels database. Whatever the work that we are whatever the manipulation that we done, everything that will be effect on this travels database only. Travels database only. Now let us observe how to create a table in this database. Okay, in this database. For that, let us observe the syntax for it. Syntax for creating a database. First, create table, table name, and then column name 1, and then mention the data type. Next, if you want to mention the size, mention the size, comma, like that, so on up to column n, column name n, if you want data type is mandatory, data type. If you want mention the size, otherwise by default it will take. Okay, if you mention based on your requirement, it will take the size. This is the syntax to create a table. Now let us create one table. Okay, in that I am taking one bus table. In the travels I am taking one bus table. Based on that bus table, we will do some of the modifications on it. How to create it? Create table. What is the table name that we are going to create? That is bus I am taking. Now some of the attributes that I am taking: bus number, and then I am mentioning the uh, data type. If you want to make it into a unique column, unique id, for example, employee is having employee id, unique employee id, student is having student id, right? Like buses also having their ids. Okay, for identifying uniquely, we have to mention one key. That key is called primary key. What is that key? Primary key, comma. This is the first column. Next, bus name I'm taking second column, mentioning the data type is varchar, some size I'm giving. Next, source I'm taking for this varchar with some size. Destination, varchar, some size. Arrival time I'm taking. For that I'm giving data type is time, and departure time I'm taking. For that it is time. How many columns that I created in this bus? Bus number, bus name, source, destination, arrival time, and departure time. This bus number is a primary key attribute, right? Check it. Now whenever it is like this query, okay, it is executed successfully. It is executed successfully. If you want to check the description of this bus table, then we have to use DESC, that is description of bus. DESC bus, it is going to gives the description of the bus table. Observe here, these are the fields type, and it is having any null, any keys that we apply. Once if you observe the first one, bus number, and the type is int, size is 11. By default it is taking 11. It will not allows any null value. Why? Because here we applied a key, that is primary key. So this is some of the description about that bus table. Like this we have to check it. This is the arrival time and the type is time. Okay, like that. If you want to check the description like this, we have to check it. Okay, this is about create. This is about create command. Next, let us observe one more command. What is the next command that we are having? Alter command. Alter command. What is alter command? Okay, just in the name itself, it is going for altering, for changing, right? This command is used to change or modify the structure of the table. Alter command is used to change or modify structure of the table. By using alter command, we can perform the following operations on existing table. By using alter command, we can perform the following operations on the existing table. What are the operations that we can perform? Means we can change the size of the data type. Changing the size of data type. Next step, We can change the data type from old data type to new data type. Changing the data type from old data type to new data type. We can change the data type from old data type to new data type. Okay. Next, we can change the existing column name from okay, we can change the column name from old column name to new column name. Changing existing column name from old column name to new column name. You can change the column name from old column name to new column name. We can add a column. We can add a new column to an existing table. We can add a new column to existing table, and also we can drop a column from an existing table. Right, these are the operations that we can perform by using alter command. First one is changing the size of the data type. For example, this is the bus table that we created. In this bus table, okay, it contains some column names like bus id, bus name, okay, a source, destination, arrival time, departure time, so and so. For example, okay, this is the bus id. Bus id. Now, what is the first operation? Changing the size of the data type. See here, by default it is 11. Okay, if I want to change it into 15, then we can change the size of the data type. Next, what is the second operation? Changing the data type from old data type to new data type. See, in existing it is BID, that is bus ID, right? Now, for example, I want to change the bus ID to, okay, bus number. I want to change the, okay, sorry, it is changing the data type from old data type to new data type means, okay, previous it is integer data type. We created with an integer data type. Okay, if I want to change as a character or a numeric data type, then we have to convert that data type into from integer to some other data type. Next one is changing the column name. Say it is bus BID. If I want to change bus number, we can change by using alter command. If I want to add any new column in this table, okay, then I have to use this alter command. If I want to drop the existing table from this table, for example, now I don't want the destination column. Okay, if I want to delete it, then you have to use the alter. Whatever the thing that you want to modify, okay, in a table, like if you want to change the data type size or change the data type name, rename the data type, rename the column name, add a column, drop a column. Okay, for every operation we have to use one command. That command is called alter command. Now let us observe the syntax of this alter. First, the syntax of this alter. Okay, alter table. You have here we have to write the table name. Alter table name. Next, change. Here we have to write old table name, old column name, and again we have to write a new column name, then we have to mention the data type for it, and size is optional if you want to mention, otherwise by default it will take the size. This is the syntax for changing, okay, not only for changing the size of the data type. If you want to change the size of the data type, here we have to change same syntax. If you want to change the data type from old data type to new data type, here we have to change. If you want to change the column name from old column name to new column name, here we have to do modification. That's the same syntax for both the three operations. Next, after doing these three, then we will discuss the syntax of adding and new dropping a columns. Now let us observe. This is the table that we are having. Now I want to change the shift here. By default, at the time of creating, we mentioned that bus name varchar size is 20. Now I want to make it into 50. Actually size is 20. Now I want to change the size from 20 to 50. 20 to 50. Now let us observe how to write it. Alter table. What is the table name? Bus. Next, change old column name. I'm not changing the column name, so I'm taking old and new same column names. B name, old column name and new column name. And data type also I'm not changing. Just I want to change only the size. So that's why I'm mentioning the size 50. Now it is changed successfully. Then check the description of this bus, right? If you observe here, previous it is 20, now it is 50. Now it is 50. Like this, we have to change the size of the, like this, we have to change the size of the data type. Okay, size of the data type. Now let us observe. Now I want to change the, data type. Okay, not size. Already size we change. Now for example, if you observe source, for this source, it is having varchar. What is the data type? Varchar. Now I want to change the data type from varchar to cap. Size is same only. Just I want to change the data type. For the alter table. Table name is bus. Next, change. What is the old and new? Both are same. Source. Next, in the place of varchar, I want to change char with the same size 20. Like this, we have to change it. If you want, check it. DSC bus. Check it. Previously, it is varchar. Now it is char. Like this, we have to change the data types. Like this, we have to change the data types. Now let us observe how to change the column names. Now previously it is okay, any one of the column name. For example, bus number, previously it is bus number. Now I want to change into bus ID. For the alter table name, change. What is the previous? It is bus number. What is the new that we required? Bus ID and integer. Okay, if you want, mention the size. Otherwise, if you no need to mention, by default it will take 11 for integer. Check it. PSC bus. Now it is changed from previous. It is bus number. Now it is bus ID. Like this, we have to change. Like this, we have to change the size of the data type, existing data type name, column name. Now let us observe how to add and how to drop. Okay, for that we are having one syntax, not this syntax. We have to follow another. That is alter a table name. Alter table name. Next, if you want to add column name, data type, size. Like this, we have to write. Same thing if you want to drop it. Okay, alter table name, drop, and then simply mention the column name. No need to mention the data type and size. Mention column name. Like this. No need to mention the data type and size. Just if you mention the column name, it is going to delete it from the existing table. Let us observe. Now I want, see, these are the column names that we are having: bus id, a name, source, destination, arrival time, and departure time. If I want to add like a bus type, I want to add new column, okay, with the name bus type. How to add it? Alter table. What is the table name? It is bus. Next, add, okay, what column that we have to add? Write it bus type. Mention the data type. I'm giving varchar, it is 20. I'm giving the size like this. Now it is added. Varchar spelling is wrong, check it. VRCHAR. Now it is okay. Check the description of this bus. Now see, previous it is up to departure time. One new column is added with varchar 20, that is bus type. Like this we have to add. For example, if you want to drop any one of the table, any one of the column, here I want to drop the destination. Okay, for that, alter table bus drop. Okay, just give the column name. No need to mention any data type and size. Just give the column name destination. Now it is okay, right? Check it. See, previous it is here, we are having destination. Now there is no destination in our table. It is deleted from, okay, it is deleted. Like this we have to work by using alter command. Alter command is going to use to change the size of the data type, the name of the data type, column name. Okay, it is used to add a column or delete a column. Next, what is the next column that we are having? Rename. What is the next command that we are having? Rename. This command, okay, rename command is used to change the table name, from old table name to new table name, from old table name to new table name. Don't confuse. For if you want to change the column name, then we have to go to alter. If you want to change the table name, then we have to use one command. That command is called rename. Let us observe the syntax for a rename. Okay, rename table. Mention the old table name to next new table name. This is the syntax. We have to follow this syntax to rename the table. Previous it is D bus. What is the table name that we are having? Bus. Now I am going to change the bus into, okay, this is the table name. Now I want to change like this. Okay, I want to change bus info. The place of bus, I want to rename it as bus info. Further, now I am writing a query. How to write it? Rename table. What is the old table name? Bus. To what is the new table name that we want to create? Bus info. Like this we have to write it. If I check the description of the bus, okay, it will display the description. No. Why? Because bus is not available. See, in travels database, the bus table is not exist. It's not exist. Why? Because it will be renamed as bus info. If you check like this, a description of bus info, then it is going to, okay, gives the information. Why? Because it is renamed as bus info. Now let us discuss a next command. That is, next command is truncate. What is truncate? This truncate command is used to delete all the records at a time from the table. Okay, it is going to delete all the records at a time from the table. By using truncate command, we can't delete a specific record from the table. See, present we are not having any records in our table. Okay, in our bus it doesn't contain any records. Just we created the structure of the table with columns. In that Okay, no data is there. Okay, if you execute this also, you will didn't find any, okay, output. Anyhow, after inserting the records in the table, and then I will show you how to truncate. Actually, one more delete command is there, which belongs to a data manipulation language. And what is the main difference between the delete and truncate internally, how those are going to work, everything that I will show you at the time of delete. Now, what is the syntax for this truncate means? First of all, what is this truncate? This truncate command is used to delete all the records at a time from the table by using truncate command. We can't delete a specific record from the table. We can't really delete the specific record from the table. Let us observe the syntax. Syntax for it: truncate table name. This is the syntax to truncate a table. How to write it? Truncate table. Table name is bus info. It is truncated, right? If you check the, okay, like this, we have to truncate. If you check the table here, all the records will be deleted. Actually, in our bus table, bus info table, records are not available, right? Just check the description of bus info. Next, what is the next command that we are having? Drop command. Yes, this drop command is used to delete the database objects from the database tables. From database, okay, location, not tables, right? It is used to delete the database objects, not only for the tables. Okay, it is going to delete the database objects. Database objects means tables, views, okay, procedures, all this comes under database objects. Okay, even if you want to delete the database also, then we have to use this drop, right? What is the syntax for a drop table object name? Object name, okay, object means in a database or table name, anything. Example, now I want to drop the this bus info table from our system. I want to drop the table bus info from this database. How to drop it? Drop table bus info. Now it is dropped from the database. Okay, if you want, check it, description of bus info. No database is, no table is available in this travels. Bus info table is not available. Why? Because just now we dropped it. If you want to drop the travels database, okay, if you want to drop, for example, if you want to drop the table like this, we have to mention. If you want to drop the table, drop date. If you want to drop the database, okay, drop database name. Just we have to mention here database name. Okay, now I'm going to truncate this command. I'm going to truncate travels database. I'm going to dropping now, not truncate, just deleting. Drop database travels. Now it is okay. If you want check the all the databases, show databases. Observe here. Now travels is not available in our system. Travels database is not available. Why? Because just now we dropped the travels database from our system, so it is deleted. Like this we have to use it. Okay, like this we have to work with this. Okay, see, these are the databases. Show databases, it is going to display all the databases. If you want to select any one of the database, okay, for example, now I want to select the Sekila is the one of the inbuilt database, okay, in our MySQL. If you want to activate it, if you want to use it, use the database name KILA. Now it is okay, database is changed. Now if you want to check the tables, okay, what are the tables that it is available? Show tables. These are all the different tables, okay, actor, address, some city, country, customer, language, rental, everything. These are all the tables contains in a this secular database, right? Like this we have to work with this. Like this we have to work with this DDL commands. Now let us observe. Now I'm going to create one of the. Now I'm going to create one of the database. For example, here I'm taking database name is roadway travels. Roadway travels is the database I'm taking. For this roadway travels, okay, this is the name of the database. For this database, in this database, I'm going to create some of the tables, right? Like bus I'm taking. Bus is one of the table in the travels. Bus, passenger, ticket, reservation, cancellation. Now we are going to create one of the database. The database name is roadway travels database. Okay, this is the name of the database. For this database, it contains these are the tables. Now we are going to create this database with these tables. And for every table, I'm taking some of the columns like bus ID, bus name, okay, source, destination, so and so. Passenger also, for passenger ID, passenger name, passenger, okay, phone number, passenger. So like this, some columns that I am going to take before implementation, right? Already we discussed that we have to design it. That is, we have to convert that into a graphical representation, that is called entity relationship model. Now let us observe the entity relationship model what we are going to design. This is the entity relationship model for the roadway travels database. Roadway travels database. See, we know that for creating an entity we have to use the rectangle. For columns we have to use the oval. For relationship we have to use the diamond. For okay, like this we have to represent. This is the bus table which contains bus number, bus name, source, destination, arrival time and departure time. And this is the ticket, okay, ticket ID, so and so. This is the okay, like this we have to represent in a graphical way in a diagram that is called entity relationship diagram. Later we have to uh, implement the queries. You use the queries to design the database. For that, okay, this is the command prompt database. Now I'm exiting for this exit exit. We are having one more MySQL workbench. What is that MySQL workbench? This MySQL workbench is a IDE, that is integrated development environment for the okay MySQL software. What it is? It is an integrated development environment for the MySQL. Now just go to all programs, start all programs, and then select the MySQL workbench, or otherwise go to search and then type the MySQL workbench. After opening this MySQL workbench, it is going to appear like this. Now it is opening. Right. This is the MySQL workbench. If you want to create any connection, new connection, Yes, if you want to create any new connection, then click on this plus symbol. Here plus symbol is there. If you want to create any new connections, click on it. By default local instance is there, one of the local connection is there, that is local instance. If you want to work on it, okay, directly click on it. Once if you click on it, okay, it will ask the password what we created at the time of installation. Now I'm giving a password data hills and then click on OK. Once if it is matched, then it is going to open like this. Then it is going to open like this, and these are the queries that what we created in the last session. Right. Now, if you want to check the databases, here the databases are there. Okay. Whatever the database that we create, here it will be appear. And if you want to write any queries, here we can write the queries. The output will be appear in this only. See, it is very comfortable. Okay. Already in the last session, we observe what is R console and R studio. Right. Once if you work with R console, okay, everything we have to write the commands there. But in R Studio, it is an integrated development environment for R. It is very comfortable to the developers to write a queries or to work with it. Here also the same thing. Okay, it is some user friendly. Okay, now I want to create one database. What is the database? This is the our requirement. First, we have to create the roadway travels, and then we have to create the. These are the tables, and then see if you observe this diagram, then we'll get more clarity. Right. This is the database that we are going to create. This is the bus, and this is the passenger. Whatever the underline that we are having, these are the key attributes. Bus number here it is, and ticket. See, in this ticket we are having passenger ID which belongs to the passenger, and we are having bus number which belongs to a bus table. Means okay, whenever if you observe bus and ticket, which is the parent and which is the child? Bus is the parent and child ticket is the child. Why? Because here we are using the bus ID in this. Here also passenger is the parent and ticket is the child. Like this we can understand. Here also reservation ticket, in this we are using TID. This TID actually belongs to the ticket. Here we are using means this is the child, this is the parent. Here also this is the parent, this is the child. Everything we have to follow, right? This is one of the complete database, right? All of try to create a database for it. How to create, I will show you with some example. How to create a database. Create database. I'm taking the database name or roadway travels. This is the database name. Okay, if you want to execute it, just click on it, select it, and then click on this execute button. Here execute button, two execute buttons is there, right? Once if you select, okay, and then click on this. Otherwise, if you just keep the cursor anywhere of the query and then click this execute button. Two ways. I'm selecting and then I'm executed. Now, if you observe here, this is the output action. It is going to give it is successfully executed or any errors. If you find any errors here, in the place of green tick, it will show in a red color wrong tick, right? Now, this is created. Once refresh the databases, once check it. Now the roadway travels database is created in our MySQL. Now, this roadway travels database is created in our MySQL. If you want to activate it, present it is not in use. Okay, if you want to activate it, then we have to use or use, what is the database name? Roadway travels. Use roadway travels, select it, and then execute it. Now, if you observe here, some error it is showing. ROAD it is, not ROAD, right? Use roadway travels, click it. Once if you observe here, okay, once if we use by default, it is in a bold, means whenever it is bold means it is in active state. Okay, here tables is there, any tables is available, no tables are displaying, means in this database no tables are created till now, right? Now I'm going to create some of the tables. What are the tables that I'm creating? Bus, okay, passenger, ticket, these are the tables that I'm creating now. Now I'm creating a table, create table bus. What are the columns? The same columns whatever that we are having, okay, in this AR model. Same, bus number, bus name, source, destination, arrival time, departure time. These are the columns that belongs to bus table. Similarly, I will create one passenger table with these columns only: passenger ID, passenger name, age, gender, phone number, mail ID, right? See here, passenger ID is the key attribute. For that I will take the primary key. Here also I will take primary key. Now at the time of creating a ticket table, right, here ticket ID is the key attribute. For this ticket ID I will take the, okay, for this ticket ID I will take the key attribute. Next, this PID is belongs to a passenger, this bus number is belongs to a bus. Okay, similarly I will create PID, bus number, this booking date and price. And then I will mention, okay, I will provide the relationship. Okay, there is a relationship between this bus and ticket, and the passenger and ticket. For providing this relationship we have to use the foreign key. Okay, at the time of creating I will show you how to how to use this foreign key. By using foreign key we can provide the relationship between the two tables. Okay, what is the common column in between these two means this passenger ID and passenger ID is the common. Based on these common columns we are providing the relationship. Here also bus number and here also bus number, two common columns are there in between these two tables. Based on these two common columns we are providing the relationship between these two tables. Similarly here also the common is ticket ID, ticket ID. Here also it is ticket ID and ticket ID. Based on these two ticket, okay, common columns we are providing the relationship between these, okay, tables. Completely whatever that we are having, okay, in this complete project where all these tables are communicate with each other. That is our project actually. Without there is no communication, right? There is no use between these tables, right? Whenever there is a communication between these tables, then only it is possible to access the data from one table to another table. Now we are going to create the complete database by creating these tables. Let us observe. First, I'm creating a bus with bus number integer. I'm applying primary key. Primary key, comma. Next column is bus name, varchar, some size. Next column, source, varchar, some size. Destination, having wrap text here. Right. Destination, varchar, some size. Next, arrival time. For that I'm taking time. Departure time, taking time. Yes, I created a table. Now observe here, I'm executing this. Executing. Now check it whether that bus table is created or not. Check it. Yes, it is under roadway travels. Under tables where it is created one table, that is bus table, it is created. Like that, similarly I am creating passenger also. create a table passenger. For this I'm taking passenger id integer. For this passenger id I'm applying key attribute primary key comma passenger name varchar age integer gender varchar some size phone number I'm taking numeric. If I take integer it will not support for the 10-digit phone number. Why? Because integer is having some range. Email care I'm taking 30. Now I'm executing this passenger. It is executed. Okay. Once check the database again, here passenger is created. Passenger is created. Now I'm taking now I'm creating one table. The table is called ticket table. At the time of creating a ticket table, here we have to okay careful. Why? Because we are providing a relationship. We are creating this table with the relationship of the bus table and passenger table, right? With the bus table and passenger table. In bus table we are having one column that is bus number that we are taking here. Also we are based on this common column we are communicating. Similarly with the passenger, in that passenger id is there. Okay, here also we are taking passenger id in the ticket table. Based on these two common columns we are giving a relationship that we have to take care, right? Observe here, create table ticket id I'm taking integer and primary key. Next, passenger id integer, bus number integer, booking date I'm taking that data type is date, price ticket price integer. Now okay, now it is up to here we created the columns. Now we have to give the relationship by using foreign key. How to give? Let us observe. Foreign key on which column? Passenger id, right? This passenger id where we are taking the reference from passenger table passenger id, right? References passenger. In that passenger which column? Passenger id. See, we are applying foreign key on this pid. Whatever the pid that we are having in this ticket table, this PID we are taking the reference from the passenger table passenger ID column. Like this we have to give the relationship. Next, okay, for bus number also we have to give bus number we are creating now. For this we have to apply the foreign key and we are going to take this bus number from, okay, we are taking the reference from bus table. In that bus table what is the column? Bus number. Like that we have to mention foreign key on bus number references bus number bus number. Like this we have to work. But one thing we have to remember, that is, see, whenever if I do any modifications updates, okay, in a parent table, right? If I do any modifications in the parent table, automatically that modification will be reflected in the child table. Getting my point? For example, in bus table we are having bus number. If I change the bus number in the parent table, automatically it is going to change in the child table. In the ticket it is going to change. For that we have to apply the cascade rules. We are having update cascade on delete cascade. If you apply those cascade rules in the query, then only it is going to work. Otherwise if you try to change, otherwise if you try to change the if you want to, if you update, if you want to see, if you try to update or if you try to delete, it is not possible, right? Here we have to apply the cascade rules for this, that is on update cascade, next on delete cascade. If you apply this on update cascade on delete cascade, then only it is possible to update that reflect in the child tables. Otherwise, first it will not change and it will not reflect. Similarly, here also we have to mention on update cascade on delete. Don't use any comma semicolons here. Cascade on update cascade and on delete cascade. Once observe, now I am going to execute this CASCAD cascade. Right. Now I am executing this. Check it. Now one table is created. The table is called ticket. The ticket is belongs okay, is depending on the bus and passenger. Right. Now similarly, similarly I am creating one more, two more tables. What are those? Reservation and cancellation. Reservation and cancellation. How to create table reservation. In this reservation I am taking ticket ID integer. Okay, this ticket ID where I am taking from ticket table I am taking the reference, right? That we have to mention here after creating all the columns. Ticket ID, next journey date. For this I am doing the date, status, varchar data type, any remarks, further varchar. Next I'm mentioning the foreign key on this TID. Okay, foreign key on TID, references, ticket of ticket ID. Okay, here we have to apply on cascade, on update, on cascade and on update rules. On cast and update, insert, not insert, update and delete, right? Update cascade on delete cascade, like this. Okay, next I'm executing this table. It is created. It is created. Now I'm creating one more. It is a cancellation. Create table cancellation in the ticket ID integer, journey date. I'm taking date, status varchar, some size, remarks varchar, some size. Applying the foreign key. Foreign key on which column? TID, where we are taking the references from ticket table. In the TID we are taking. Here we have to apply the cascade rules on update cascade, on delete cascade. Now I'm executing this. Right. One check it. Like this bus. Okay, these are the all the columns, all the tables that we are having. This is the roadway travels. In this roadway travels, these are the tables: bus, cancellation, passenger, reservation, ticket. Okay, if you want to see the tables, right, then select star from Star means it is going to return all the columns. Star from, if you want bus table, like this, select star from bus and then execute it. This is the table. Check it. This is the table that it, without any records, just we created the structure of the table. Right, if you want a passenger, check all the tables what we created. Passenger, execute it. This is the passenger table. Ticket table, this is the ticket table. All right, ticket id, passenger id, bus number, booking date, price. Next time, reservation, this is the reservation table. Next, cancellation, this is the cancellation table. Like this we have to create it. Okay, and now we created one of the database, that is roadway travels database. In this, these are all the tables. In this session we discussed about what is what is DDL, data definition language, how it is going to work, what are the commands. Each command we observe with an syntax and example, how to create, how to alter, how to rename, how to truncate, how to drop. And finally we created one of the database, that is roadway travels, right? Before that we designed one entity relationship model. Based on that entity relationship model, we are doing designing this database, working with this database: bus, passenger, ticket, reservation and cancellation. The next session we are going to discuss about what is data manipulation language, how to work with these tables. Okay, what are the commands it contains, how to insert the records, everything that we will discuss. We are going to continue this project in the next session by using DML commands. By using DML commands, right? Like this, we have to use it. If you want to save it, just go to file and then save it. Right now, I'm closing it. Tomorrow, next session, we are going to discuss about what is DML, what are the commands it, how to insert, how to update, how to delete the data, how to work within the table. Just now we observe how to work on the table, on the structure of the table.